Art the Clown isn't just getting cozy with a glass of warm milk and some cookies this holiday season. Oh no, he's also going to college. While this might sound like Art the Clown goes Revenge of the Nerds, this is actually true. Last week we learned about 5 new characters that are currently being casted for Terrifier 3, 2 of them being college students and 3 of them being other members of the Shaw family. Ooh! So in today's video, let's break all 5 of these characters down and talk about how they will greatly affect the Terrifier story.
Gobble, gobble, mother.
So just getting into this, we have 5 brand new Terrifier 3 characters to talk about that are currently being casted for filming dates happening at the end of January throughout the majority of February. Revealed by industry scooper Daniel Richtman, Terrifier 3 is expected to film from January 29th through February 23rd, and they're currently casting for 5 new characters. So many people have been sending me this cast of characters list, but I have been sick for the past week. You can still hear it in my voice a little bit, and oh boy, it's just as annoying to you as it is to me. I also want to say break a leg to all of the people who are currently auditioning for these parts. Someone who even follows my page is currently auditioning right now. Kill it, man. Now, I've divided these 5 characters into 2 subsections. The first one, which I believe is going to be the A-plot of this movie, is going to focus on the new Shaw family members, and subsection number 2 is going to be characters from the college setting. We first have Gabby, 12 to 15 years old, female, white. Gabby is energetic, precocious, sometimes sassy and full of life. A young girl curious about the world beyond her peaceful suburban life. She is Sienna and Jonathan's cousin and idolizes Sienna like the big sister she never had. Supporting lead. Then Jessica, 40s, early 50s, female white, aka Aunt Jess. She is Sienna and Jonathan's aunt. She's smart, stable, and empathetic with the heart of a fighter. But unlike her late sister Barbara, Terrifier 2, she has a gentle soul. As wife to Greg and mom to Gabby, Jess is the glue that holds her small family together. Supporting lead. And finally, Greg, 40s, early 50s, male white, aka Uncle Greg. He is your all-American, everyone's favorite uncle type of guy. A solid, loving provider for his wife Jessica and daughter Gabby. The cool dad. He's a well-kept man with a strong athletic physique. Supporting lead. Alright, so we learned a lot about Terrifier 3 just from those character descriptions right there. Let's break it down. Starting off with the character of Gabby, we know that she idolizes Sienna, something that's going to be very important to the character, I imagine, and a reason I believe that she will not die in Terrifier 3. She's literally the only character on this list that I don't think is going to meet their end throughout the runtime of this film. We'll talk more about that later. She idolizes Sienna, so my brain can't help but think she's going to be like in a mini battle costume, just like how Art the Clown has the little pale girl who's basically a mini version of him. Could you see these 2 little gremlins like duking it out in Terrifier 3? I don't know. I think that would be so funny. Probably unlikely, but something to talk about for sure. We also see the seedlings of a character arc for Gabby here, where it says a young girl curious about the world beyond her peaceful suburban life. I imagine that Gabby is going to be running with Sienna when Art the Clown initially strikes. Because let's be honest, man, Sienna's going to be fighting Art the Clown at some point. Maybe she needs Gabby's help for some reason. She is energetic, precocious, sometimes sassy and full of life. She could be a natural at cutting the heads off of clowns. Who knows? Almost like a protege to Sienna. Jessica is probably the most interesting character on this list though, because we learn that she's the sister to Barbara from the last film, meaning that she's on her mom's side, not her dad's. This is a really important detail because Damien Leone has promised us that in Terrifier 3, maybe Terrifier 4, we're going to learn a little more about who Jonathan and Sienna's father actually is. I imagine that Jessica and Greg here are going to be the mechanism for that, possibly delivering to us a bunch of exposition that we didn't know from the previous 2 films. Both Jessica and Greg are being described as like very wholesome, nice people, so I imagine Art the Clown is going to kill them because that's going to be super upsetting. The nice ones always die in slasher films, and I think that's a good thing because it's a little more effective than shitty people dying. That is very much so up to debate though, if we like killing shitty characters or if it's too predictable. But killing somebody who's super wholesome and also is described as a gentle soul always hits just a little harder. I feel like Damien Leone knows what he's doing. I also feel like this is going to be your A-plot, where Sienna is living with her aunt and uncle and also cousin. It kind of makes sense, right? Sienna doesn't seem like the type to go to college. She maybe wants to focus on her own work, her own art, whatever. And maybe there's a little bit of judgment there from some other characters that we just don't know about yet, who are making fun of her for not going to college and maybe not doing anything with her life. Maybe she feels as if her life stopped after Art the Clown attacked, and she doesn't really know where to go from here. Now let's get to subsection 2, college bro. Speaking of college bros, we have Cole, 18 to 22 years old, male open ethnicity. Cole is Jonathan's college roommates, the cool guy to Jonathan's nerd, the bro. Cole and his girlfriend Mia have a big loud energy when they are together that can be magnetic or turn sinister and obnoxious. The role requires a shower scene of intimate nature and partial nudity, back buttocks. Supporting. I want to take this little opportunity to say that I love the word buttocks. Nobody uses that word as much as they should. It is fantastic the way it rolls off the tongue. Buttocks. Yes, I just wanted to say that because it's an ass-eating joke. I don't give a shit. Last but not least, we also have Mia, also 18 to 22 years old, female open ethnicity. Mia is Cole's girlfriend, a cute, fun, popular college girl with a bit of a mean streak. Mia and Cole have a big, loud energy when they are together that can be magnetic or turn sinister and obnoxious. The role requires a shower scene of intimate nature and partial nudity, back buttocks, side. Supporting. So if it wasn't already made obvious, I believe Cole and Mia are going to be showering at the dorm room when Art the Clown decides to probably skewer them like Jason in part 2. Okay, that's a really specific theory, but what I do believe here is that yes, Art the Clown is totally going to kill these people. They're not even supporting leads, they're just supporting. They're so fucking dead, and so naked while they're dead too. Cole and Mia sound like the two kinds of characters that you love to hate because you know they're gonna die. Remember what we were talking about earlier? It's also repeated in both of their character descriptions that when they come together, they have this sinister and obnoxious energy. So I imagine we're going to hate these people. They're gonna have some obnoxious, awful dialogue, and we're gonna be like, shut the fuck up, you people suck. Stop being in love, it's disgusting. If I had to pitch a scene where these characters all exist, including Jonathan, I would imagine that Cole and Mia probably get killed by Art the Clown, who's going after Jonathan. Remember Terrifier 2 tries to stick him with the needle, knock him out, bring him to the Terrifier. Oh no, Jonathan's getting away this time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You know how the saying goes. I think Cole and Mia could almost serve as a distraction. They get killed while Jonathan gets the fuck out of the dorm, races back to his aunt and uncle's house, and warns Sienna and the rest of the gang about what the fuck's going on. I imagine with a bigger budget for Terrifier 3 2, we'll most likely film at a university. We know as of right now that Terrifier 3 will be shot in New Jersey, so maybe they shoot it at like Rutgers or like one of these crazy big universities. I live in Ohio, man. All we have is party schools here. You know how they describe Kent State University? Can't read, can't write, can't State. You love to see it. But it would be cool if they filmed on a pretty university, man. I'm always down for some cool settings like that. I imagine this B plot isn't much to write home about. Jonathan's at college. He's struggling to make friends. He's a nerd. His roommate is way cooler than him and gets killed. But because it exists in the medium of the Terrifier universe, it will absolutely have that Damien Leone love and tone to it that I'm very excited for. It's not always about reinventing the wheel. Sometimes you just gotta roll it well, in the great words of Scott Derrickson. You guys already know how I feel about Terrifier 3, but how are you feeling about it right now with this big update? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching this brand new Terrifier 3 update. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror movie updates like this. Please consider supporting me on Patreon, especially if you want to hop on the KillJoy Jake podcast. The link for that is in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching again, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.